Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're able, would you please stand for the arrival of our official guests? Brigadier Stephen Jobson, representing Major General Paul McLaughlin, AM/CSC. Mr Stephen Bennett, MP, Shadow Minister for Child Safety, Youth and Shadow Minister for the Prevention of Domestic and Family Violence and Shadow Minister for Veterans, Member for Burnett, representing Mrs Deb Frecklington, MP, Leader of the Opposition. Ms Jessica Pugh, MP, Member for Mount Omni, representing the Honourable Anastasia Palaszczuk, MP, Premier of Queensland. Air Commodore Ken Robinson, CSC, Commander Combat Support Group. And Mr Jeff Cowles, OAM, representing Associate Professor John Harden, AM, Chairman of the Order of Australia Association, Queensland Division. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in welcoming our official guests. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please stand for His Excellency the Governor and Mrs de Jersey. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Your Excellency, with your permission, I'll begin. His Excellency the Governor will present the following honours and awards. Appointed an Officer of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr Philip Arthur Hennessy. For distinguished service to the business sector, accountancy and auditing professions as a Chairman and Board Director, to financial governance and higher education, and to export development, water distribution and recycling, women's health care, the disability sector, and the Starlight Children's Foundation through service at local, state and national levels. Appointed a Member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Emeritus Professor Shelley Mary Bergen. For significant service to environmental science and education in Papua New Guinea and universities in Australia, as an academic, mentor and author of publications, and to zoology and conservation as a member and chairman of professional associations and of bodies dedicated to the environment. Emeritus Professor John Charles Grant Thompson, RFD. For significant service to biomedical engineering and to education, as an academic, researcher and mentor at the University of Southern Queensland, to the design of infant transport equipment, to medical advisory and research bodies, and to Engineers Australia as a member. Mr Russell Norman Morris. For significant service to the performing arts as a musician, singer, songwriter and entertainer, performing on stage and through a significant portfolio of recordings, and as a supporter of charitable organisations including Support Act, Childwise, Ronald McDonald House and the You Are My Sunshine Foundation. Mr. Noel Edgar Playford, for significant service to local government in Queensland, particularly in the areas of governance and financial administration, as committee member and chair of local government organisations and panels, and to the community as councillor and mayor of Noosa Shire Council and chair of community organisations. Dr. Dennis Charles Young, for significant service to community health in Queensland as Superintendent, Director, Chairman or Office Bearer of many alcohol and drug treatment support programs and organisations, notably Drug Arm and the Drug Awareness Relief Foundation, and to the community through service organisations and elected positions. Appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the Military Division, Group Captain Robert James Denny, for exceptional service in developing and sustaining air combat capability for the Royal Australian Air Force, displaying inspirational leadership, conspicuous dedication, technical competence and impressive skill in managing and integrating complex systems, as well as delivering enduring improvements in Australia's air combat capability. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Douglas Edstein, for exceptional service and an outstanding and enduring contribution to the Australian Defence Force in ongoing vector-borne disease research capability, including forging trilateral research and training arrangements with Vietnam and the United States of America to develop enhanced international military capability in malaria research. Air Commodore Michael Charles Patterson, DSM, for dedication, leadership and exceptional performance of duty in developing and modernising military health capability for the Australian Defence Force, notably through enhancing the safety and survival of wounded, injured and ill personnel, and ensuring that the Defence Force Health Services delivers contemporary standards of military health care worldwide. Awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross, Warrant Officer Alicia O'Brien, for outstanding achievement, initiative and dedication as the Airman Aircrew Manager at Headquarters Air Mobility Group of the Royal Australian Air Force, producing lasting improvements in the effectiveness of the group and introducing reform in the development, management and progression of aircrew across the Air Force. Group Captain Sandra Lee Turner, for outstanding achievement, professionalism and dedication in material acquisition as the Australian Defence Force Senior Supply Liaison Officer in the United States Air Force Security Assistance and Cooperation Directorate, Air Force Life Cycle Management Centre, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Awarded the Distinguished Service Medal, Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Andrew Jenkins. For distinguished leadership and highly developed ability to work across cultural boundaries as senior mentor to the commanding officer of the 2nd Kandak and leader of the 2nd Kandak advisory team in developing and delivering officer training capability for the Afghan National Army on Operation High Road from February 2016 to March 2017. Awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Dr. Raymond George Barrett. For service to education as a teacher and principal for the Department of Education Queensland and as a principal of Islamic schools in Queensland, New South Wales and Canberra, as well as through leadership roles with Education Queensland International, the Department of Education Queensland and professional associations as a lecturer in education. Mrs. Elaine Margaret Callick. For service to youth through guiding, principally through serving Girl Guides Queensland as a leader at Wainola Company since 1968 and long-standing membership of the State Guiding Committee, as well as serving as Region Camping Advisor, Arts Manager and leader of the Queensland contingent to the 2002 Jumbuna Patrol Leaders Gathering. Dr. Alan Edward Cook. For service to medicine as an orthopaedic surgeon in private practice in Mackay and at the Mackay Base Hospital and Pioneer Valley Private Hospital, in addition to service as Government Medical Officer in Mackay and as an officer in the Royal Australian Army Medical Corps. Ms. Kerry Craig Lee. For service to the clothing manufacturing sector as Director of the House of Craig and member of various industry associations, to business as an entrepreneur and member of the Premier's Business Advisory Council, and to the community through donating to or otherwise supporting various charitable and community organisations. Ms. Karen Joan Deephouse. For service to Surf Lifesaving as a member of the Executive of Surf Lifesaving Queensland, as Treasurer and Committee Member for the Surfers Paradise Surf Lifesaving Club and Surfers Paradise Outrigger Canoe Club, as Secretary and Treasurer of the Associated Supporters Club and through the Nippers Committee. Dr. Rosalind Frances Dunbar Wells. For service to the performing arts as a singer in over 4,000 stage and television performances, as a voice teacher in private practice, and at the Sydney and Queensland Conservatorium of Music, as a reviewer, examiner, chorister and choral director, and as an adjudicator in a range of vocal competitions. Group Captain Kenneth Arthur Pratt, retired. For service to the aviation industry and to aviation safety as a senior engineer, particularly as an airworthiness surveyor for the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, and for serving the community in leadership roles for the South East Queensland Sport Aircraft Club and the North West First Fleeters Group. Mr. Gregory Reddington, for service to the community of Townsville through membership and executive committee roles in the Rotary Club of Thuringowa Central, and to football through leadership positions in a wide range of football organisations and clubs, including Football Queensland, North Queensland Football, Townsville Football and the Townsville Junior Soccer Association. Awarded a Member of the Order of Australia in the Military Division, Major Gregory John Wilson, for meritorious performance of duty in the progression of the medical imaging capability of the Royal Australian Army Medical Corps, through outstanding commitment to enhancing and modernising the Corps' deployable medical imaging capability and demonstrating professionalism, energy and initiative in the development of computer technologies for use in the military setting. Awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal, Warrant Officer Class 1, Stephen Andrew Coleman, OAM, for meritorious devotion of duty as the Command Warrant Officer of Joint Task Force 633, while deployed to the Middle East region from January 2016 to February 2017, providing leadership and superior advice to Command and fostering professional relationships during a period of significant operational tempo. Major Matthew Peter Cross, for meritorious devotion to duty in the planning and force generation of the Joint Amphibious Force for Defence, demonstrating exemplary skill and judgment in developing and implementing the Australian Defence Force's joint amphibious capability and developing training and certification frameworks to deliver training for soldiers, sailors and airmen. Flight Sergeant Aaron Edward Green. For meritorious achievement as a technician in the development and implementation of the innovative Technical Facilitation and Administration Cell at Number 3 Control and Reporting Unit. Warrant Officer Class 2, Nathan Allen Tolman. For meritorious achievement in the performance of duty as the Master Coach of the 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Kapuka, exemplifying dedication and foresight and ensuring that the battalion trains staff and recruits to the highest possible standards. Your Excellency, some military personnel have protected identities and will be identified by title and initial only. Warrant Officer Class 2A. For meritorious achievement as the Acting Exploitation Team Leader at the Defence Force School of Intelligence, consistently displaying outstanding leadership, technical mastery and initiative through the development of the exploitation capability within the Australian Defence Force and modernising the doctrine and training which underpin the exploitation capability. Your Excellency, that concludes this afternoon's award recipients. Could I now invite you to address the recipients and their guests?
Representing our Premier, Ms Jessica Pugh, MP. Representing the Leader of the Opposition, Mr Stephen Bennett, MP. Senior Defence Force representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands of Brisbane, the Jagera and Turrbal peoples, and express my respect for their elders. It's always a great pleasure for Kay and me to welcome guests to Government House for investiture ceremonies such as this one, where I have the privilege of presenting our fellow Queenslanders, our fellow Australians, with the honours they've been awarded under our honours system. The Australian honours system is unusual in that any Australian citizen can nominate any other Australian citizen for an Order of Australia honour. That is a wondrously democratic element of these awards and very Australian. But moreover, it reflects the fact that each of you are here today because your communities, your colleagues and your peers, those who know you thoroughly, those who know you best, believe that you have met the onerous standard of someone who has truly advanced Australia and decided to nominate you for these awards. The process of assessing the nominations is rigorous. Referees' reports are requested for each nominee, and each nomination is reviewed and approved by an eminent group of 18 Australians on the Council for the Order of Australia before it is sent to the Governor-General for final approval. Today, there are 12 people with us who have received either Order of Australia honours in the Military Division or service decorations, the Distinguished Service Medal, the Conspicuous Service Cross and the Conspicuous Service Medal. Just as nominations for Order of Australia honours are administered through the Australian Honours and Awards Secretariat in the Office of the Governor-General, the nominations for service decorations are scrutinised and assessed through the Directorate of Honours and Awards in the Department of Defence and are approved by the Minister of Defence before being forwarded on to the Governor-General. Honours and decorations, ladies and gentlemen, represent the highest recognition that our country can give to an Australian citizen. We give honours to recognise, celebrate and say thank you to those who make a difference, those who achieve their best and those who serve others. It's not enough to have achieved mightily on your own behalf. To be awarded these honours and decorations, you must have demonstrated the values which we Australians hold dear: compassion, civility, dedication, courage, kindness, tolerance and energetic ambition. In short, your award recognises that you have made Australia a better place in which to live and that you are a source of motivation for us all. Each of you comes from different backgrounds and different fields of endeavour. Some of you are civilians, others come from our Defence Force and service organisations. What all of you have in common is that you have earned this honour, the esteem of your peers and the enduring gratitude of your community. The symbols of that esteem are your medals and lapel pins and the post-nominals to which you are now entitled. I entreat you to wear your beautiful medals, rich in the symbolism of Australia, and use the post-nominals to which you are now entitled. Doing so is not a show of pride or boastfulness. It's a way of acknowledging the deep appreciation of your community and also for your community to demonstrate to others the values we truly cherish. On behalf of the people of Queensland, on whose behalf I am privileged to speak, I congratulate all of today's recipients on the honours they have received. I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, your families, your friends and your colleagues can join us for refreshments after the ceremony, and I look forward very much, as does Kay, to speaking with as many of you as we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the Vice-Regal salute and the Governor's departure. Your Excellency, could I invite you and Mrs. Jersey to retire temporarily while we organise recipients for a photograph? Thank you. Lieutenant Moran, would you take our VIP guests out, please, if you'd like to follow Lieutenant Moran?